morning. Yeah.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning. Today we'll discuss about the line is inclined to both the HP and as well as vertical plane. In the last class, we have discussed about the line is inclined to one plane, right? Say, for example, in this case, if I take the three-dimensional visualization, say, for example, here, a line is inclined to both the planes in the sense with respect to the distances. I've taken, say, for example, one point here, and the other point is here. Okay, so means this is the line AB. This is the line AB, which is so the distance from with respect to horizontal plane, both the points at different distances. Say this is at x distance, and say this is at x1 distance. Similarly, with respect to vertical plane, the distances of this point, say for example, this is say y, and this is say y1. Say this is y, and this is say y1. So here the distances of these endpoints from the both reference lines, that is horizontal plane and as well as vertical plane, are different. So then we can say the line is inclined to both horizontal plane as well as vertical plane. So in this case, the views which you are obtained, the ways which are you going to obtain here, that is, this is A dash and the B dash, and this is A and this is B. So if you look at this A dash B dash line is not parallel to the XY line. So this is the XY line, this is the XY line. So and even AB is also not parallel to the XY line. So it has some inclinations. It has some inclination. Those inclinations are called as apparent inclinations. Those inclinations are called as apparent inclinations. Why apparent inclination? In the sense, A dash B dash represents here apparent length. A dash B dash represents apparent length, means it is not true length. It is not true length. And similarly, this AB is also apparent length. AB is also apparent length because it is not parallel to any one of the planes. If the line is parallel to any one of the planes, then we will get the projection on that particular plane will be the true length. But in this case, this line AB is not parallel to any one of the planes. So that's why the views or projections which you are going to get on that particular planes will be apparent lengths. Will be apparent. So A dash B dash is apparent length and AB is also apparent length. So this A dash B dash is called as a front view of the line. Front view of the line when it is inclined to both the planes. When the line is inclined to both the planes. Sorry. And similarly, this is the top view of the line AB when the line is inclined to both the planes. When the line is inclined to both the planes, and here alpha comma beta are called as apparent inclinations. Apparent inclinations. Okay. So this is what you can get. You can infer or we can conclude from this diagram. So here, directly this apparent lengths we don't know, because in any problem, say the line AB, which is equal to say x is inclined to both HP and VP. So here I have not given any data regarding this apparent lengths and as well as apparent inclinations. Okay, I might give this is AB is equal to x in the sense this will represent true length. This will represent true length of the line. This will represent true length of the line. So here I have not given any apparent length. So we need to obtain. So directly this projection cannot be drawn. Directly, say for example, if I write the in two-dimensional XY line, in two-dimensional line, if I draw this A dash and A, of course the projection of A dash and A, then I can get B dash with some B alpha inclination, say for example here B dash, and then say even the B is also I can get with the some beta inclination. So here one more is very important is these lengths are not known. A dash B dash length is not known, and even the alpha is also not known, and beta is also not known. We'll be giving only the true length of the line. So how you can obtain this projection of this line when it is inclined to both the HP and VP? So straight away I cannot get this inclination of the line with HP and VP. So what we do is we use rotating line method. We use rotating line method to obtain the projection of this line when it is inclined to both HP and VP. So how this method is can be applied? So we'll discuss that now. Yes. See, we have discussed the line is inclined to HP and parallel to VP. And also we have discussed the line is inclined to VP and parallel to HP, right? So we know this when the line is inclined to VP and parallel to HP, when the line is inclined to HP. So in the last class we have discussed about this, how you can project this. Say for example, I have given the XY line and VP HP, okay, and when the line is inclined to HP, so the inclination can be seen in the front view. So I'll take the inclination of the line, which is the true inclination is given, that is theta, and we know that the true length of the line is also given. So that is, say for example, I'm denoting as B1 dash. So to represent the differentiation between the two front views of a line, I have taken B1 dash right now. Okay, so now I'll drop down this, and the line is parallel to VP. So this is what we have discussed in the last class. This is naming I'm changing here. So I am changing this as a B2, this as a B2. And similarly for this line, when it is inclined to VP and parallel to HP, so we have drawn in the last class only. I'm just recalling this same thing here. I'll be having the A dash and A, and the line inclination to VP in the sense I have given pi. Line is inclined to HP in the sense I have given theta. Okay, so theta pi is given. So based on the pi inclination and with the true length of the line, I can get this a B1. Okay, from this B1 you just project upward and draw the projection from A dash, draw the projections from A dash, so that you can get the horizontal front view in the last class, right? So how we have discussed in the same way, I'm just drawing, but the naming I have changed, that's all. Because in the just pre when the line is inclined to both the planes, I have mentioned this A dash B dash. I have mentioned this A dash B dash is a front view, I mean apparent length, which represents the front view of the line, which represents the front view of the line when it is inclined to both the planes. So A dash B dash I am representing now. It is a front view of a line when it is inclined to both the planes. But here A dash B1 dash, is represents the front view here. A dash B1 dash, if I write this, what is A dash B1 dash is, A dash B1 dash is also a front view, but when the line is inclined to, HP and parallel to VP, when the line is inclined, the front view is obtained. The front view is obtained here when the line is inclined to HP and parallel to VP. So that I am going to differentiate with the A dash B dash. Whereas A dash B dash is also a front view. This is also a front view, but when the line is inclined to HP and as well as VP. So they just get the differentiation. The naming I have denoted this. Yes, whenever the suffix 1 represents, it is a true length line. Whenever the suffix 1, if I'm representing in the sense, that is a true length line. Okay, so B2, when I'm representing suffix 2 in the sense, the line when it is kept parallel to XY line means parallel to VP. When the line is parallel to any one of the reference plane, then the 2 is going to come into the representation. Okay, parallel to any one of the planes, any one of the planes. Similarly here, so it is parallel to the horizontal plane. It is parallel to the horizontal plane. That is why in the front view I got 2. And here is also this 1 represents a true length line. It's a true length line. So if I say AB1, this is the true length line. This is the true length line. So this represents true length. This represents true length. And here also A dash B1 dash also true length of the line. True length of the line. So here true length, I am using the true lengths and true inclinations. So true inclinations theta and pi. True length of the line anyhow he has given. So AB is also known. AB is also known. Length of the line is also known. So length of the line is known. True inclinations is known. So then we can draw separately. So these are the separate when the line is inclined to HP, when the line is inclined to VP here. So now what I am doing is I am combining these two. I'm combining these two diagrams. See, I'll just draw. I just draw here the combining of these two diagrams. So XY, VP, HP. So now I'll be giving the projection of the point A, which is A dash and A. So projection of point A means A is some distance above HP. So that is given. So that is given. Say it is 10 mm above HP, some X distance. Okay. Some X distance is also given, and here is also given. The in front of VP distance also will be given XY. Now theta I'm going to take here and cut this line with the B1 dash. Now drop down here. This is the line is inclined to HP. This is the projection of the line is inclined to HP. Now what I'm doing is I'm using the same, say for example, AB2. So here AB1 I'm going to take the this is the theta. This is the theta, of course. I'm going to say this is the theta. So this is the true length of the line. And now I'm taking as say a pi inclination I'm going to take. Say for example, this is the pi, and I'm cutting this line. Say for example, I'm cutting this line here. Okay, this is going to be B1. That's what we did in the previous class. The line is inclined to. Now from A dash we have joined like this, and we got this as a B2 dash. Similarly, this one is B2. This point is B2. See, now I've just combined these two. When you look at here, yeah. So look at here. So this one and this one, I have merged it. or overimposed to say this A dash and this A dash is coincided. And from A, I have taken the pi angle, and then I have projected so that from A dash, I have drawn this to get the B2 dash. So both are combined now.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Is phi and theta given in the question?
Yes, it will be given. It will be given. But alpha and beta will not be given. Okay. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now I just combine based on the given data. That is VP, HP is given. Then the length of true length of the line is given, and true inclinations of the line is also given. So in that case, we are going to do like this first. So now, as I told that rotating line method, I'm telling that rotating line method. So in that rotating line methods, first we need to draw the locus. We need to draw the locus. So here is the locus line from B1 dash. We need to draw the locus line from B1 dash. And the locus line from B2, sorry, B1. This is the locus of B. Locus of B. Similarly, this is the locus of B. So what I'm doing is I'm taking here A dash as the center, A dash as the center, and A dash B2 dash as the radius, We need to draw an arc. We need to draw an arc to cut the locus, of, say, for example, this is B dash, locus of B dash, locus of B. Okay, locus of B means this as the center, this one as the radius. I am taking and then I am rotating like this so that it will cut this locus at this point. So that point is named as B dash. The point where it cuts this locus is going to be named as B dash, and join this A dash B dash. Now the angle made by this A dash B dash is called as alpha. Similarly, A dash, I'm going to take the A as a center, AB2 as the radius. Then I'm going to draw an arc to cut the locus of B in the top view. So similarly, this as the radius, and draw an arc to cut this locus of this one. So now if this point which you got after cutting this locus is called as B. It's called as B. So I'll name it as B, this one, and join A and B, The angle made by this line A and B is called as beta. So this is the final projection, final views of the line when it is inclined to both the planes. That is, I have obtained A dash B dash and I have obtained the AB. This is the front view, what it represents when the line is inclined to both the planes. Whereas AB, it represents top view when the line is inclined to both the planes. And AB1 represents the true length. It is inclined to only vertical plane. AB1 represents the true length. AB represents the apparent length. So AB1 represents the true length of the line. AB represents the apparent length of the line. When it is inclined to both the planes. Whereas AB1 is true length when it is inclined to only the vertical plane. Similarly, A dash B dash A dash B1 dash represents the true length of the line. And similarly, A dash B dash represents the apparent length of the line. So this is how we are going to construct. So just rotation method I've used, and you need to show the rotation how it is taken, because from A dash B dash, so in this direction it is taken. Similarly, here also it is taken in this direction. So from A and B2, it is taken in this direction. Similarly, the projection from B1 to B2, it is taken, and projection upward is taken. See here, and then rotation. Similarly, from B1 dash, we have gone downward, right? The projection line arrows should be taken here. So it is B1 dash to B2, then from B2 to B. So here, from B1 dash to B2, we have drawn a projection straight line. Then from B2 to B, it is an arc. So this is how the navigation of the point B1 dash to B. And very importantly, here the B dash and B should lie on the same line. Then only your solution is right. When it is not lying on the same line, when it is not lying on the same line, then you have done somewhere a mistake. Okay, so B dash and B should lie on the same line at the after drawing the final projection of the line when it is inclined to both the planes. So this is the rotating line method, how we are going to use to draw the projection of line. So what we have done, we have just merged the when the line is inclined to one reference plane and parallel to the other reference plane, and taken for both HP and VP, and then we merged it. Then we have taken the rotated the horizontal line. See, A dash B dash A dash B2 dash is rotated. In this case, means that is a which is horizontal line, and then here is AB2 is also rotated about A. So which is of course this is also horizontal. So after drawing this, then we just rotated to cut the locus. Here also we rotated to cut the locus so that we can get the projection of line. Okay. So now we'll take one problem here. We take one problem so that we can understand easily. Wait a minute, it's not able to see. Not able to see. Okay, right. We'll take the question itself here. A line AB is 80 mm long, has its end A 20 mm above the HP and 30 mm in front of the VP. So please read out the question. A line AB is 20 mm above HP. Okay, and see this question. A line AB is 80 mm long and its end is A is given as 20 mm above the HP and 30 mm in front of the VP. Means the position of A is given and the length of the line is also given. So what we do is, whatever the data is given, that we'll write it down here. Okay. So we write down here. So a line AB is 80 mm long. 80 mm long. What does it mean? 80 mm long in the sense length of the line means true length of the line is given. True length of the line is given. True length of the line is given. How much? It is 80 mm. And the end A is given as he has given the dimensions as well. Of course, end A is at 20 mm above the HP and 30 mm in front of the VP. So end A is 20 1 minute. Yeah, NA is 20 mm above HP, 20 mm above HP, 30 mm in front of VP, 20 mm above HP, and 30 mm in front of VP. So what is given in this? Yes, given the position of A. So this is position of A. Okay. Have you got it? This is the position of A. Next, what is given? So you need to analyze the question based on the data given. So one more is, it is inclined at 30 degrees to HP. The question is, it is inclined to 30 degrees to HP and as well as 45 degrees to VP. So he has given us inclined to 30 degrees, inclined to HP at an angle of 30 degrees. Inclination to HP is given as 30 degrees. So what is this? It is nothing but theta. Theta is given. Then inclination to VP is also given. Inclination to VP is also given. How much is given? It is given as 45 degrees. That is pi. And this is the data given. Then what is asking to do? Draw the projection of the line and find apparent lengths and apparent inclinations. It is very clear here. So he's asking to find the apparent lengths and apparent inclination. So what is meant by apparent lengths? As we told that A dash, B dash is apparent length and also AB. So these are called apparent lengths. And apparent inclinations is nothing but alpha, beta. So we need to find out this. So here, based on the given data, we can say, yeah. So now you just tell me how it can be proceeded. First, draw with XY line. So draw with XY line. And we know that it is a VPHP. Of course, it is in the first quadrant. And here we need to draw first the end A. What we need to draw is one point projection should be drawn first. So here he has given at A dash is at a distance of 20 mm above HP. So from the XY line, we need to draw vertically. At a 20 mm distance. So represent this as A dash. And the dimension of this is also to be represented. So this is as 20. Okay, next, and also it is 30 mm in front of the VP. So projection of point concept I'm using here, and then I'm taking the point A projection here, that is 30 mm in front of the VP. So this is the A, which is the dimension of this is going to be 30 mm. So I have done with this one is done now. Now he has given the true length of the line. True length of the line is nothing but in the front view it is A dash B1 dash. In the top view it is called as AFD1. So all this represents the true lengths. This one represents the apparent length. So now we have to keep the HP inclination theta. HP inclination is given as theta. So this is the theta, which is from this we need to represent the 30 degrees line. We need to represent the 30 degrees line. Say this is the 30 degrees line I have drawn, and I am cutting this line. With the true length of 80 mm. So here you cut this line with the compass A dash as the center A dash as the center, take the 80 mm as the length and cut this 30 degrees line so that you will get what? B1 dash. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now we are going to draw a locus line through B1 dash. So it's a locus line like this. Just keep it like that. And what we do, we draw the projection from this B1 dash so that we'll get to watch which point? B2 point. So downward, we are going to draw the downward, and this should be joint like this, and this point is going to say as B2. So the direction of projection also is to be mentioned here like this. So now I have done first thing. Now second thing to be constructed, that is inclination of VP with respect to VP, that is 45 degrees. So what we do is we just from A we need to keep, from A we need to keep 45 degrees line. So 45 degrees line from A to be drawn, say for example a 45 degrees to be drawn here. Like this, and cut this line with the true length, that is AB1, which is equal to 80. So A dash B1 dash, that is equal to AB, that is AB1, that is equal to true length of the line, that is 80 mm. Okay. So once you draw this true length of the line, then we can go for drawing the locus through B1. Locus through B1 means it has passed through, this line has to pass through the B1. Okay. Now I will join this AB1 as a true length line, and here it is also a true length line. Okay. Now what we do is we draw the projection. We draw the projection from the B1 to get the B2 dash. So what we do from B1, we draw vertically upward, then draw horizontal from the A dash, then we'll get this point as B2 dash. This point as B2 dash. Now I got A dash B2 dash and also A B2. So once you got this, these are nothing but the radiuses to rotate a line, So this has the center, A dash has the center. Which one has the center? A dash has the center. Okay, you need to rotate this A dash B2 dash line. Rotate A dash B2 dash line, so that it will cut the locus line. It will intersect the locus line. It will intersect the locus line B1 dash. So then I am showing like this. Okay, so this is an arc which should be shown like this. Then similarly AB2, draw an arc. AB2, you can draw an arc like this. Okay, so this is the point which I'm going to get here is, yeah. So what is the point? So this point is nothing but B. Here is the B and here is the B dash. Now join this line with the little bit thicker than the previous one. This is the final views. So just check it out whether this line B dash and B are in the same line or not.
So can you tell once again about the arc?
This one, huh? Okay.
Yes,
so once you finish off this merging of both, what we do is from A dash as the center, this as the center, A dash B2 dash as the radius. You take the compass and keep the pin type pin leg is on the A dash, pencil point is going to be on B2 dash, and rotate it. And rotate so that it will cut the locus line. Then only you'll get the intersection point B dash. Clear?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah. Similarly, this side also, A as the center, AB2 as the radius. We are going to draw an arc in this direction. So the direction also you show A as the center, AB2 as the radius, and rotate this direction so that it will cut this locus of this. Okay, this is the locus of B dash. This is the locus of B point. So it will cut this, then we'll get the B. So here the final views, that is which I am representing, that is A dash and A dash B dash and AB. That should be thick. Comparatively, A dash B dash is thicker than A dash B1 dash. So B1 A dash B1 dash generally represented with the 0.35 mm thickness, and this will be represented as 0.5 mm thickness. Of course, while doing in the computers using the software, you can use this command so that it can easily visualize the difference between this. So this should be thick. A dash B dash should be thicker than the A dash B1 dash. A dash B1 dash. Now is it clear? This is what the projection of line. But what is asked? He asked to find out the apparent lengths. So apparent lengths. What are those apparent lengths? Apparent lengths are nothing but A dash, B dash. Find the length of this line and show it. And similarly, find the length of AB and find out. And alpha find out, beta you find out from this construction. So here this one is called as alpha, okay, and this one is called as beta. And alpha, of course, here the angle is given as 45 degrees. You to mention here true inclination should be 45 degrees. And the dimensions here, what you can represent only one true length line. Say for example here A dash and B1 dash length I have to show as 80 mm. See here where I am showing this 80 mm line, it should not intersect the A dash B dash line. I am just above the A dash B dash line. I am showing this 80 mm. So this dimension, so whatever the dimension data is given, that has to be represented here. So 80 mm is given, 30, 20 is given, that is represented, 30 is also, 45 degrees is also represented, and alpha, beta we need to find out, and you have to represent what is the angle you have got. Say for example, beta is 50 and theta is, say for alpha is say 45 degrees or 41 degrees. Whatever the angle you got, that you have to mention here. So this is done by geometrical construction only. So if you practice parallelly, and that's why I'm going very slowly. So if you practice parallelly, then it will be easy for you to understand. Have you done parallelly this one? All of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So then only you can understand easily. Otherwise, it is not so easy to understand this projection of lines. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Shall we move to the next problem then?
Oh, 1 minute.
Yeah. No problem. Go ahead.
So,
Yes.
so will you post the recorded video?
Yeah. I do. because I'm not able to get this one, what we call access. Now I got the access. I'll post it in the Google Classroom. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Even the previous link that you sent is asking for access.
Yes. Because there is because even I don't have the access to that. So now I got it. So I'll send you. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
So will alpha and beta be equal?
Now in this problem it will not be equal.
Then alpha is 47 degrees and beta is 53 degrees. Is that okay?
Yeah, 53. Correct. Correct.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Apparent length also you measure. A dash B dash is how much and AB is how much. That also you have to mention. Now I'll give one different problem so that whether you answer it or not, please note it down. Yeah. The end A of the line AB is 20 mm above HP, 20 mm above HP, and 15 mm in front of the VP, and 15 mm in front of the VP. Now, the distance between the ends, the distance between the ends A and B measured parallel to the reference line, parallel to the reference line. Reference line is nothing but here it is XY line. Reference line is nothing but XY line is 70 mm. And the distances measured, and the distances measured perpendicular to the reference line, perpendicular to the reference line. Reference line is nothing but XY line. Perpendicular to the reference line between the ends A and B, between the ends A and B, in the front view, he is mentioning in the front view, and in the top view. See here, the distance measured perpendicular to the reference line between the ends A and B in the front view and in the top view are 40 mm and 30 mm respectively. Means in the front view it is 40 mm, in the top view it is 30 mm. Now draw the projections of the line AB and determine true lengths and true inclinations. True length and true inclinations. Very good question. So you just try this. We'll see can able to do or not. Meeting of 7:45.
So true length and
True inclinations.
Sir, can you
Yes,
see the
yes.
question?
Yeah, you want to see the question? Okay, 1 minute, 1 minute. Yeah. First alphabet. So just try it. I'm not saying that, okay, whether you may struck somewhere so that we can discuss. So just what is given is XY line you draw as usual VPHP, and the point NDA is given. So you just draw the NDA, which is 20 mm above HP and 15 mm in front of VP. So this is the A dash line, which is 20 mm above HP. Just represent the dimension as well. Then 15 mm in front of the VP. So this is the A and represents the dimension. So now you need to think. See, I just give a hint here by drawing rough. So this is XY and there will be A dash and A. And of course there will be B dash and B projection also will be there, right? So here, this is nothing but the distances between the projectors, means the distance between the ends A and B. So this is the A and B. So the distance measured parallel to the XY line. This is the reference line XY. Parallel means like this. Perpendicular means like this. So now based on this, you can find out. Parallel to the reference line is 70 mm is given. So what does it mean? The distance between this and this is going to be 70 mm. So from this point, from this point, you need to represent a 70 mm point on this XY line, Say for example, this is the 70 mm point where I'm going to get exactly. So it means that the B dash line and B projector is here. B dash and B projector here means the projector of B. This is the projector of B at a distance of 70 mm, which is parallel to the reference line XY, which is, this is one very important, the distance between the ends and B measured parallel to the reference line XY is 17. So based on that, I have taken this parallel distance, yes, as 70 mm.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Is alpha 15 degrees and beta 10 degrees?
So got it already?
And A dash, B dash is 73 mm and AB 71 mm.
Okay. True length and true inclinations he is asking to find out. True length and true inclinations also you need to find out. And one more is very importantly here, you need to understand here what is this is the distance measured perpendicular to the reference lines between the ends A and B. So perpendicular to the reference line means perpendicular to the reference line is this one. So this distances means between A and B, in the front view it is different and in the top view it is different. So front view means this distance. So this is the difference, the distance between these two. And similarly for the top view, it is nothing but the distance between this and say for example B is here. So this distance is given. So the perpendicular distance and this is the horizontal distance. So that is the data is given. So now from this, what you do is from A dash, you just draw a line like this. And from this point, you have to go up in this direction at a distance of 40 mm. At a distance of 40 mm. So now I locate the point. Sorry. Yeah. I locate the point B dash is at this particular point. So this distance from here to here is given in the front view. How much is given? He is given as 40 mm. So this is the 40. And similarly from A you just draw like this, and from here to here you need to measure as 30 mm. Then you locate the B points. So you got A and you got B also. Now join these lines. These are the final, front view of a line when it is inclined to both the planes, top view of a line when it is inclined to both the planes. So this is the A dash, B dash and AB is given. So it means that this angle is nothing but apparent inclination. This angle is nothing but apparent inclination. So now similar fashion, draw the locus through B and as well as through B dash, through B and through B dash. Okay, so now what we have to do is how you got this B dash point. That is first we need to think. So how you got the B dash point and B point, whatever it is. See here, if you look at in the previous sum. So this B dash, you have to go reverse now. From B dash is obtained from B2 dash because we have taken A dash as the center, A dash B2 dash as the radius, and we have drawn arc so that you'll get the B dash. You go now reverse because you know A dash B dash, but you don't know B2 dash. So what we do reverse in the sense, from B dash to B2 dash, we reverse the arc so that it will become parallel. It means that what I'm doing is here is A dash as the center, A dash as the center, A dash B dash as the radius, A dash B dash as the radius. Draw an arc so that it is parallel to XY line. The intersection point, it should cut the A dash line. See, from B dash, draw an arc like this, and it should cut this. Which line it is? This is the line of A dash. This is the line of A dash. So this is the line of A dash which is intersecting at this point. What is that point shows? It shows B2 dash. Then how you got the B2 dash? See, if you look at the previous diagram, B2 dash is obtained from B1, because from B1 we projected upward to meet the A dash line, so that we'll get the intersection point. So B2 dash is obtained from B1. So it is like this, you have to go like this. So B dash to B2 dash, then B2 dash to B1, or B1 to B2 dash, B2 dash to B dash. So this is how it works. Similarly, from B2 dash, in order to get the B1, what we do? We draw vertically downward. We have to go. The projection line should be vertically downward, so that it will cut the locus, and this point will give the B1. What is this line joining AB1? So line joining AB1 represents the true length line. So line joining represents the true length line. Similarly, I have to get the B1 dash. So how you got the B1 dash? So B1 dash, I have to get B1 dash in the sense from B. AB has to be made rotated. You have to rotate this one. So rotate so that it will cut this point at this B2. From B2, we have to go vertically upward, so that intersect this locus of this B point, and this is nothing but B1 dash point. Once you got the B1 dash point, then join the A dash B1 dash points like this. Okay, so this represents the theta and this represents the pi. Got it now? So I got the true length and as well as true inclinations. I got the true inclinations. This is how you have to solve this problem. Here, I have not given theta and pi here. I have given only the positions of the point here and the distances. So based on that, we have proceeded. So we need to have the knowledge of how we can get all these points. B dash, how we are going to get from B2 dash. Then B2 dash, how we are going to get from B1. So this sequence, this navigation, if you know, it is easy to draw any of the problem. Okay now?
Yes, sir.
Anybody got?
Sir, alpha is 30 degrees.
Okay, good.
Beta is 24 degrees.
Okay.
A dash B dash is 80 mm and AB is 76 mm.
Okay. A dash. And he is asking true length also. What is the true length of the line? That is A
So,
dash B1 dash.
theta is 28 degrees.
Theta is?
28 degrees.
Okay. And pi is?
Oh no. $26.
How much? 20?
26.
26.
Sir, 20 degrees phi.
26 will be wrong because beta is 24 degrees. Always pi is less than beta. And also theta is less than alpha. Always. Wow, plus or minus 1 degree is okay. 20, 21 you may get. Okay. Because the manual drawing, no? So you may get not an issue. But this pi never be greater than beta. So you made somewhere gone wrong. Okay. So please check out and then solve the problem. Is it clear now? Right. We'll go to the next problem. Yeah. So second problem, if you look at here, a line 80 mm long is inclined to HQ at 30 degrees and inclined at an angle of 45 degrees. Draw the front and top views of a line and determine their lengths. So it is similar to the problem number 1, right? And also measure the perpendicular distance of endpoint B from both HP and VP. So he's asking what is the distance from the perpendicular distance of the endpoint B from the both HP and VP, in the sense from the reference line XY you have to take. So Can you do this or I need to explain?
Sir, problem number 2, right?
Yes, yes. So it is easy to, because he has given the true length line and true inclination is also given. Just as usual, how we have done the first problem, the same way we need to do. Okay, only thing is after getting the B dash and B points, the distance from the XY, what is the distance of B dash from the XY line and what is the distance of B from the XY line you need to measure. That's all. That is the also measure. He is asking also measure. So first is draw the front view and top views of the line and determine their lengths. Also measure the perpendicular distance of end B from both HP and VP. Do we need solve? Very importantly here, the point A is not mentioned where it exactly, position is not mentioned, right? Got it? The position of A is not mentioned. So where you can take the position of A? In front of the VP we don't know, above HP how much distance is we don't know. So how we are going to take? Even the B point is also not given. So in that case, you can assume that the point A lies on both HP and VP. The point lies both on HP and VP. Means I'll just give you the point position of A. So take the position of A as XY, VP, HP, and take this position as A dash comma A. Both are same. A dash comma A. So this point represents A dash comma A. And draw 30 degrees inclination and 45 degrees inclination from this point only, because he is not, A is assumed as on HP and as well as on VP. On HP and as well as on VP. Assume. So this you need to assume here because he has not mentioned. Okay, that you mentioned that assuming A is on HP and as well as on VP. So A position will be obtained here. Now we can find. So next one, the top view PQ, okay, of a straight line, is 70 mm, and makes an angle of angle of 60 degrees with XY line. The end Q is 10 mm in front of VP and 30 mm above HP. The difference between the distances of of P and Q above HP is 45 mm. Now draw the projections. Draw the projections. Determine its true length and true inclinations with HP. Determine true inclinations and true lengths of the line PQ. So here, what is given? He has not given any true length of the line is not given, and he has given only one data, that is top view of the Q, a line PQ. So here, if you look at this, the top view of that is PQ of a straight line is given as 70 mm. Means the top view is 70 mm. He has mentioned that top view is 70 mm, and it makes an angle of 60 degrees with the XY line. And it makes an angle of 60 degrees with the XY line. But he has given end Q, because the line PQ, in the sense, when I say PQ, the P will be the starting point. But he has not mentioned the starting point, as you can take it as P or you can take it as Q. But the end Q is given, so which is 10 mm in front of VP and 30 mm above HP. So Q will be the starting point. I'll take it as QP now. I'll be taking as QP. Line QP. Okay, so the difference between the distances of PQ and above the HP, it is 45 mm. So what we do is, first we draw a rough sketch, that is Q dash and Q, which is given. Then see here, this is the Q dash line and this is the P dash line. So the distance between these two is given as 45 mm. And also is given Q with the 60 degrees line, and cut this line so that you'll get P. So that you'll get P. So now we know that P and P dash lies in the same line. P and P dash lies in the same line. So we'll get P dash here. So this will be the P dash. And once you got the Q dash, P dash and QP, then use the rotation method and find out the true length and true inclinations. So this is how first we need to go by rough first, how it can be solved based on the data. So what data is given here? So the top view of the top view length is given. Top view length is given, that is 70 mm. Inclination means that is beta is given. So beta is 60 degrees, because top view makes an angle of 60 degrees with the XY line, in sense that is the final top view when the line is inclined to both the planes. So that is nothing but the apparent inclination. Apparent inclination. So now beta is 60 is given, and Q positions is also given, which is 30 mm above HP and 10 mm in front of VP. So, and the difference between the front views of the P and Q is given as 45 mm. So that data, based on this data, I can proceed for construction of this line, projection of line. So take XY line, VP HP, and I'm constructing the Q dash here. So Q dash and Q. So Q dash is 30 mm above HP. So this is the Q dash. And similarly 10 mm. So 10 mm I'll take here as 10 mm. So the dimension to be represented. So this is 30 and this is 10. Now what is given? He has given that beta is 60 degrees. Beta is 60 degrees we are going to construct here. So beta is 60 degrees. So I'll just draw a line, and we are going to cut this line with the length of how much? This is a reference that beta is 60 degrees means top view length. So top view length is given, that is 70 mm. So this is nothing but a P. Point P we know. Now draw the locus through this P. Now he has mentioned this 45 mm is regarded that the front view distance of the Q and P dash. So from the Q dash, you take vertically upward at a distance. Say for example, this distance is nothing but 45 mm. This is the P dash line, means P dash locus of P dash. So he has mentioned that P dash is lying at a difference distance between the P and Q is 45 mm is mentioned in the problem. So the P dash locus is here. Now what I'm doing is I have got the P. We know that the Q dash and Q lie on the same line because it is a projection line. Similarly, P dash and P also lies on the same line. Similarly, P dash and P also lies on the same line. We know this P. So from P, what we are doing is from P, we are going to draw vertically upward. We are going to draw vertically upward from P, vertically upward to meet the locus of P dash. Right. So this point. Will you please stop? Or will you mute yourself? Lavanya? Lavanya?
Yes, sir.
Will you mute? Right. So I got the P dash. Now. So join this Q dash and P dash. Join this Q dash and P dash. So this is nothing but what? This is nothing but alpha. So I got alpha and beta. Now I got the true length of the, apparent length of the front view, apparent length of the top view I got. Now what I have to do? I have to get the true lengths. So how we can do? Similar procedure which you have done in the previously. So rotate this line in reverse in this direction, and so that it will become horizontal. So I'll get P2 dash. Once you got the P2 dash, from the P2 dash, draw vertically downward so that you will get P1. Next, so join Q and P1, join Q and P1. This QP1 represents the true length and this angle represents the phi. Similarly, how we are going to get this P dash, Q dash, P1 dash? For Q dash, P1 dash, we are going to rotate this QP such that it will be horizontal, So like this. So I got P2. I'm going in a reverse, right? Once you got the P2, draw vertically upward, so that it can meet this P dash locus. That point will give you P1 dash. Now join this P1 dash. You can use the very light line. Okay. So this represents the true length and the angle is theta. So what and all he asked, theta pi, then true length of the line. So we can obtain from this. That's all. So this is how we can solve the problem. Any doubts in this?
Awesome.
All lines problems look similar, okay, but the way we approach each problem is different. After final projection, all the problems look similar only, but the approach is different for each and every problem. Done?
Sir, is theta 20 degrees, sir?
Yeah, correct. Not theta 20 degrees, roughly 30 something you are going to get.
37.
Yeah, 37 degrees, exactly. You got 37 degrees?
Sir, I got alpha 37 degrees.
Alpha is? No, alpha is 56 degrees you are going to get. Alpha is 56 degrees you are going to get. What length you have taken this QP length?
Sir, I have done it roughly, sir. So only I didn't.
No. You have to do very accurately. Then only you will get actual values. Otherwise, you will get wrong values. You have to use the compass, the scale, and everything you have to use.
Yes, sir. I'll do it.
Yeah, then only you'll get exactly. Otherwise, it is not. That's why I told keep the geometrical box or graph sheets with you so that it will be easy to draw parallel lines. A4 sheets will not so easy.
If you have sketchbook, you can do direct, no, sir?
Yama?
If you have sketchbook, can we do
Yeah,
direct?
that is easy. You can do enter directly in the sketchbook, not an issue. Anybody got inclinations? If you want practice, it is not so easy. Now only I am telling it is not so easy subject without practice. So you keep on practicing this constructions, then only you will remember. Otherwise, you will forget easily.
Sir, phi is 55, sir. 55 degrees.
Pi 40, 44, I think.
44. Okay.
And true length you got, how much true length you got?
I didn't do so accurately, sir. I'm getting 75, sir.
True length is correct, 75. True length is correct, 75 degrees, 75 mm. So theta you are going to get as 37 if you do accurately. Plus or minus 1, of course, there will be a alert because the manual drawing, because of the manual drawing. And also pi is also, it is around 44 degrees, and true length of the line we got 75 mm, and alpha we got 56 degrees. So if you do accurately, then you will get exactly. So use the sheets, either graph sheets or sketch sheets. Yeah. Now, the third problem, it is a line AB 60 mm long has one of its extremities. Extremities you can take either A or B. Okay, A better, you take the A, and 20 mm in front of VP and 15 mm above HP. The line is inclined to, it's a simple first problem. How we solve the similar way we can solve this third problem. And coming to the fourth one, a line AB 100 mm long is inclined HP at 45 degrees and inclined to VP at 30 degrees. Draw front and top view of the line and determine this length. Also determine perpendicular distance B from the both HP and VP. So this is also same kind of the second problem. So you can do the same, and just the angles are reversed. Okay. Next, coming to the fifth one, draw the projections of a line AB 100 mm long inclined at 45 degrees to VP and 30 degrees to HP. One end of the line is 20 mm above HP and in VP. So here one end of the line is going to be 20 mm above the HP, and in VP in the sense that top view, that is A. Say for example, if A dash and A dash is at 20 mm above HP and A is in VP, means it will lie on the reference line XY. Whenever it is in VP or in HP, that projection will be on XY line only. Okay. So a straight line PQ 65 mm long is inclined at the point P 70 mm from both the reference planes. Yes, this all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is similar kind. Similar kind, you can solve easily. Then, yeah. So we'll go with this problem number 8. Problem number 8. So what is the problem number 8 is a line AB 65 mm long. A line AB 65 mm long has its end A 20 mm above HP. So AB is 65 mm long. AB is given as 65 mm long. And the positions also as mentioned. The positions also as mentioned. That is, A is at 50 mm in front of the VP and 20 mm above HP. So A position is given that. A position is given that 20 mm above HP, 15 mm in front of VP. Above HP and in front of VP. Next data is what is given. So he has given that and the other end B, the other end is B is 60 mm in front of VP and 50 mm above the HP. So B position is also given. So B is given as 50 mm above HP and 60 mm in front of VP. So the positions of the points is given. Next, what he has given? So he has given that, sorry, 2025 mm. So 2025, so 25 and 20. We are taking the 8th problem. So this is 25 and this is going to be 20. And one more is B is 40 and 65, na? 40 and 65, sorry, 40 and 65. So this is 40 and 65. And draw the projections of AB and show its inclination with HP and VP. So what and all is given? He has given only the lengths. The line length is given. The position of A and B is also given. So what we can do is here we can draw a line, XY line. VP, HP, and take this A positions. The position of A is 25 mm above HP. In somewhere else, you can draw like vertically upward and take this as A dash. So now this is 25. Then A is 20. A is 20. Now what we do is B dash. So it is 40 mm above HP. So we don't know where it exactly that B point lies. So what we do is we draw a line, a locus line of B dash from the reference line XY. From the reference line XY, we can draw the 40 mm. We can draw the 40 mm. So somewhere it lies like this. So this is the locus of B dash. Similarly, it is 65 in front of VP. So yes.
Sir, A 20 HP, 25 VP, sir, in question.
In question 25 VP, na?
Yes, sir.
1 minute, yeah. 8th question, yeah, 20 above HP and 25. Okay, sorry, I reversed it, I think, right? Okay, so this will be 20 and this will be 20 and this will be 25. This will be 20 and this will be 25. Okay. So this 25 a little bit bigger. So this is the A. Yeah. This is A. Now this is at a distance of, he has mentioned that 40 above HP. So 40 above HP means this distance I have got as 40, and this distance I have got as 65. Then 65. But this is the locus of B dash in the sense we know that B dash and B1 dash lie on the same line. So if you look at this previous problems which we solved, so the locus of the endpoint, the locus of the endpoint P1 dash and P dash lies on the same line. P1 and P also lies on the same line. And also if you look at here, B1 dash and B dash is also lies on the same line. B1 is also lies on the same line. Means the endpoint B1 dash, B dash, B1, B all lies on the same line. So it means that from this, he has given the true length. So true length in the sense from A dash, what length A dash B1 dash length is known. A dash B1 dash length is nothing but 65. And also A B1 length is also nothing but 65. So A dash as the center, A dash B1 dash as the radius, that is 65 mm as the radius. You just cut this an arc, cut this locus of B dash, so that you will get the true length of this line as like this. So this is B1 dash. So this angle is theta. This angle is theta. Similarly, with A as the center, you are going to cut this line. You are going to cut this line, which is at say for example, this is at 65 mm. So a little bit you are going to get like this. Okay. So this is going to be AB1. This is going to be AB1. So now we got the B1 dash and AB1. So this is nothing but it is pi. So what we do next? From B1, we are going to go vertically upward like this. Then from A dash, you are going to join a horizontal line so that you'll get B2 dash. Then A dash as the center, B2 dash as the radius, draw an arc to get the B dash, to get the B dash. 1 minute to get the B dash. Yeah. So this is the B dash, this point, and then join to this. This is the B dash. Similarly, to get the B, what we do is from B1 dash, vertically downward. You have to move vertically downward, and from A, draw horizontal line and get the B2 point. Once you get the B2 point, draw an arc to meet this locus and get this point as B. Then join AB. That's it. For all the problems, the procedure is same. So now this is alpha and this is beta, and these are the apparent lengths. This is the true length dimension you have to mention because this is what he has given. So true length dimension is, this is 65. Like that you have to represent. So and B1 dash you can represent a little bit down. Okay. So this is the B1 dash. So this is the dimensions we have to represent, and he is asking what is asking. He is asking to find out. He is asking to find out the projection of AB and show its inclination with HP and VP. So its inclination with HP and VP in the sense both the true inclinations we need to show. True inclinations in the sense both true inclinations and as well as apparent inclinations, both we need to show. That is theta comma pi and alpha comma beta. Clear? Right. Any doubt in this question? In solving? So I'm giving the assignments. If you have any question, please ask now only. Please practice to the scale. Don't draw rough drawings. See, all the sums which you have solved looks similar. All the sums which are solved now look similar. See, this one is similar and this one is one, but approach is different. Each problem approach is different. Each problem approach is different. What we have solved till now, each problem has its own approach. So that's why. So if you look at the final solution of the problem in any book, so you will get similar. But the approach, how you are going to solve is very important. What the data is given, how we are going to proceed to solve that problem. In such a way, you have to look into. Any questions regarding this?
Sir, is theta 20 degrees and phi 39?
Theta is
20 degrees.
and pi is?
39.
Is it rough or actually you done?
Actual I've done.
Okay, right.
Then alpha I got as 24 degrees and beta as 42 degrees.
Okay. Right. And apparent lens, if he asked to measure, but he has not asked the apparent lens, but he is only asked to show the inclinations. Right. Okay. Right. So please take down the problem number for your assignment, for today's assignment. Take the problem number 3, problem number 3, and problem number 5. Problem number 3 and 5, 9, 3, 5, 9. Okay, 3, 5, 9 problems to be.
So can you scroll down a bit? Like, well,
Yeah. Please take a screenshot. 359. 359. But today you need to submit the assignment for projection of lines. Okay. Right. Any doubts? Please now only clarify. No doubts? So you can able to do all the sums? Right. So we'll discuss 2 more varieties in the next class. Today we'll stop here.
Sir, what is this beta value, sir?
Which
Is
one?
it 50, 51, sir, beta?
For this problem?
Yes, sir, this problem.
Somebody told how much it is?
42 I got, sir.
42. So we got